Hello, my friend, and welcome. In today's video, what I'm going to do is talk about the difference between general English and academic English, and why is it that you need academic English for when you're applying for your student visa for here in Australia. I'm also going to discuss the different types of English that you may need to undertake or you can select from, and also what are the different scores and what do they mean. And also at the end of this video, I'm going to provide you with a couple of tips that you can think about to help you if you're maybe struggling a little bit with improving your English, or if you maybe come from a particular country, you may get an exemption. So let's get into it. I received a YouTube comment from Elundu, thank you very much for that, asking the question, which English is better, academic English or general English for intake into Australian institutions? My answer to this is it's important to undertake academic English because this is going to be the best way for you, and institutions require this as well. There are different types of academic English that you can undertake. Let's take a look.
So on my screen, what you'll do is you'll find a table that provides a comparison of the different types of English tests, the levels, the test components, and the couple of different types of tests that are available. So when we look at this first column, we look at the English language proficiency level. Then when we look at the next column, we look at the test component. And the third column area are the different types of tests that are available that you can undertake that are approved here in Australia. Like, for example, the IELTS test, the TOEFL test, the PTE academic test, the Cambridge English test, and the OET. So that's the occupational employment test. Then the next thing we look at is the different scores. So here you can compare the different scoring levels for the different sections. So for example, we've got 4.5, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. Then we've got the TOEFL test that goes from 32, from 4 all the way up to 26. And then the PTE test from 30 to 79. Then we have the Cambridge test that goes from 147 all the way up to 200. And then the occupation employment test from B all the way up to A. Now, coming back to the English language proficiency levels, we have a number of different levels that we need to think about. One is how functional is your language level. So this talks about the average, the total overall score test that you may receive for each of your components. The next part is your vocational capacity. So how well are you at listening, reading, writing, speaking? Then we look at the competency level. How, are you competent in these areas? Same areas again, listening, reading, writing, speaking. And then as we go further up, now we're looking at the proficiency. So these are the levels that you may need for skilled visas and for maybe for university, things like that. And then if you have a superior level, this can open up a lot of doors for you when it comes to your English levels for particular trade, for particular skill set, for particular visa, and for particular institution as well. Generally, if you're looking to enter into a vocational course, your score needs to be 5.5 in the IELTS level. So around this mark here. So you've got to have good vocational skills that are around that 5.5 mark in total. If you are under this, then I would recommend that you undertake some English practice. Now, this could be maybe registering at an English school, an ELICOS school, before you go into a vocational course to help you to improve your language levels. Otherwise, the alternative is to undertake some private tutoring lessons. If you do need assistance with that, please let me know, as there are some great tutors that I have access to who can help you improve your English over those weeks. But please note that they are for a certain fee, and I can talk to you about those in more detail. To enter into university level, your minimum score would need to be approximately 6.5 in the IELTS area. So that is your minimum requirement. So anything above this is fantastic. And this is a good way to make sure that you have more opportunities for when it comes to applying to institutions.
So here are a couple of bonus tips to also consider. If you completed a course in English back in your home country, the institution here in Australia may look at that favourably and ask you to undertake an English test internally with them. This could potentially save you some money in undertaking some form of an English exam. There are specific countries that are exempt, and you may not require to undertake an English test. You can find this information on the Department of Home Affairs website, and I'll put the link below directly to who is exempt from undertaking English exams for Australian studies. If you do find yourself struggling and you do need some help to improve your English, you can do this a number of ways. You can either come and have a chat to myself, and I can help you to find the appropriate English school and then help you to develop a pathway into maybe a vocational course or a university degree, depending on where you're thinking about studying and what you're thinking about doing and what your end goal is. But if you're interested in studying English from home before you look to study in Australia, I can always help you with identifying a number of tutors that may be able to assist you to improve your English as well. But they will come as a fee, and that is something that it's outside my realm, and that is something that you'll negotiate with these particular tutors that I have in mind. If you do decide to undertake an English course in Australia, normally what will happen is that they will ask you to undertake their internal English test, and from that, they'll identify what English level that you'll start at and number of weeks that you may need to undertake English to improve your levels to get to a certain point that you can either undertake a vocational course or undertake your university degree. The general rule of thumb is that for every 10 weeks that you undertake English, it helps to improve your IELTS score by 0.5. So let's say, for example, if your English level is a level 4 for IELTS, even if you want to get to 5.5, normally you would have to enroll into a 30-week English program. So for every 10 weeks, you get 0.5 to get to that 5.5 level. And that will then provide you the opportunity to apply for a vocational school. If you need further English, then you may need to take some more weeks in order to get to a higher score, like 6.5, in order to get into university. So one final note here is which English test is the best English test. Now, from the feedback from international students, I've identified that with the IELTS, you would need to go in and actually see somebody and do your test and provide the verbal speaking and things like that. If you were to do the TOEFL test, that is an online test, so there's no requirement to see somebody. From the feedback I've been provided, the Pearson test seems to be the easiest one out of the three, but I'm not 100% sure on what that cost is. That is something that you will need to investigate, as costs will vary between countries. If you've completed any of these English tests and would like to share your experience, please share your experience below, as this may help other potential international students in the future. If you found today's video helpful, please give it the thumbs up, and also please subscribe, and please share it with your friends if you feel that this will help them. But if you do have any other comments, or if you're needing to have some other questions answered, please feel free to provide it in the comments section below. Otherwise, please also book a 1-hour free consultation with myself, and I would be more than happy to assist you. I'll see you in the next video.